All right.
Today, there are over 4,500 crimes that you can commit in on the federal level alone. Not to mention all the laws that vary state by state that you can break. Some of the common laws that everybody know include murder, theft, drinking and driving, and so on. But not one person. One person cannot simply memorize and obey every single law in the book. In fact, 70% of Americans commit a crime that they don't even know exists. People are simply uneducated. My name is Jackie, this is Amanda, and this is Jared, and we are introducing Know and Go.
As Jackie mentioned, our app is going to address the problem pain of uneducated Americans whenever it comes to laws and regulations. David, a man from New York, was pulled over while riding a motorcycle without a helmet on. Due to his knowledge of the laws within New York, he knew that helmets were not required within the state. So whenever the police officer wrote him a ticket, he was able to fight the ticket, and he ended up winning because the police officer had actually made the mistake of writing him the ticket. So with our app, the police officer could have pulled it up and known right off the bat that that was not a law that he was breaking. So here is a basic run-through of our app, Know and Go. So within our app, we would like to have a drop-down menu of the states, and you would just scroll down and pick your state. Next, it would bring you to this, which is you would just pick the laws that you were looking for: traffic, alcohol, or gun carry. So let's say that you pick motorcycle, because the police, that's what he would have been doing. So you would have chose traffic and then motorcycle, and it would have brought up that a helmet, which in Indiana, you must wear it, but in New York, you do not have to. So this would just give examples of the laws that we are addressing based off of your customized profile. So some benefits that we are wanting to provide is to inform the American people and police officers and civilians, everybody, of laws and regulations, traffic, gun, or alcohol, to reduce the amount of fines, tickets, and arrests that are being made. This will also help law enforcement save time and money because they will not be going through giving people tickets.
Right. We have a large target market for our app, including both buyers and end users. Our primary target customers are our buyers, which are going to be the lawmakers at the state level. We are currently in contact with former Lieutenant Governor Sue Ellspermann, as well as the U.S. Department of State, in order to find funding for our idea. However, we've already spoken with the Vanderburgh County Sheriff's Office, the local Congressional Legislator's Office, state representatives, and the Indiana Police Department to confirm that this is an issue that we see every day. And they said not only is it an issue in the state of Indiana, but our country as a whole as well. In fact, our federal expenditures have reached $10 million in alcohol, traffic, and gun control, proving that this is a huge issue that Americans need to be aware of. Our end users are any and all people traveling across state lines. In 2016, 1 in every 3 Americans stated that they plan on taking a family vacation, which proves that there are tons of potential people crossing the state lines just within that year alone. To get to know our end user a little bit better, I surveyed 20 random people who frequently, not frequently, have or do cross state lines. I asked those individuals if they have ever gotten pulled over, ticketed, fined, or even arrested for something that they didn't know was a law. And 40% said that they experienced this problem firsthand and they had been ticketed, pulled over, fined, arrested, etc. 55% of the people said that they have not experienced this problem firsthand but would purchase our app in order to prevent this from happening. And only 1% said that they were not interested in our app and would not use it.
Was that one person a cop?
No, he just didn't use apps. He didn't have a smartphone. I shouldn't have asked him. In order to put Know and Go aside from our other sources, we plan on pulling information, laws, and data from other websites into one simple app. It's going to be simple, easily accessible, and it's going to show you all the laws in your chosen category. Like Amanda said, it's going to go step by step to provide you the information that pertains to you, exactly what you're looking for, or maybe what you don't even know that you're looking for. So our app is both informative as well as easily understandable. It also has the potential to be customized to your specific needs, whatever activities you're interested in, and this adds more value to our already unique idea.
So a couple of the key people that we're going to have to talk to are state legislatures, like Jackie stated earlier. We're also going to have to talk to KIDRA, who they're going to help with our data acquisition and the data analysis. And then we're going to work with KIDRA to talk to agencies such as the NRA and the DEA to gather some more information on some more laws pertaining to the issues that we have. Some of the key things that we're going to have to do is, first we're going to have to develop the app. And to develop the app, we need to analyze data and gather data, and we're going to use KIDRA to do that. And then after we do that, then we're going to have to market the app to the state legislatures and the people who we are going to have buy it. And then once we get everything up and running, we're going to have to maintain the app. And maintaining the app, it's with troubleshooting, people are having problems with it, or just updates on laws and things like that. The way that we're going to have a relationship with our customers is, like Jackie said and Amanda said, that we're going to have personalized profiles where it shows your interests, it has your name, has the states that you're going to be living in and traveling through. And then it's also going to have data that is related to your interests. So if you have like the gun interest thing, then it'll create data or content related to what you were interested in. The way we're going to advertise it is through marketing on other apps, and then there's also a thing called the National Conference of State Legislatures that we learned through our research, and that's just a conference between all the state legislatures that get together in the United States, and then they're going to use word of mouth to help get our app out through that as well. So our influencer is going to, or our buyer is going to be the lawmakers or the state legislatures. Our influencers are going to be law enforcement, and then the end user is going to be the travelers, people traveling throughout states and across state lines. So we had a rough cost structure. To develop the app, we learned through some basic research. It's going to cost about $50,000 to $100,000, and it's going to take about 1 to 2 people to maintain it, to help with troubleshooting and to help with app development and things like that. And then KIDRA is also going to get 10% for their acquisition and helping in getting the app started. And the revenues that we're going to be making from this are through the licensing through the state municipalities and state legislatures that we talked about earlier. So as my teammate stated earlier, this app is going to help. In conclusion, this app is going to help save time and money for law enforcement, and by helping them not have to do paperwork and things like that, like how Amanda said earlier with David. And it's also going to help with more educated civilians, which will lead to less tickets for Americans, because the average ticket's about the average traffic ticket's about $150, and there's roughly 35 million traffic tickets given out a year, and that is just a huge number that we could be saving and that civilians could be saving by using our app at Know and Go.
All right.